This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, August 24th. We have high pressure building over the Great Basin in the next few days with warm, dry conditions, but still pulling in some monsoonal showers and thunderstorms the next few days. We'll be seeing some gusty winds at the same time outside of the main thunderstorm area in parts of western Nevada and Idaho. Also watching a strong cold front pushing down late in the week could bring some gusty winds and maybe some lightning to our northern areas up in Idaho and Wyoming. Overall fire danger steadily increasing in the coming days, and we will be seeing both additional lightning and wind high risk the next few days. Overall, in southern central areas, warmer, drier conditions also coming into play. So on the impact map, lots of showers and thunderstorms. And the drier storms will be further north and west across the area, and at the same time over the Sierra Front and parts of south central Nevada, there'll be some winds gusts approaching 30 miles an hour along with low humidity. We'll see some of those gusty winds in the Sierra Front in western Nevada on Tuesday and also on Wednesday, and also an area of wind developing ahead of a weaker cold front on Wednesday. Up in parts of Idaho where they've had lots of lightning. So just a lot going on. Satellite imagery shows that moisture coming through. Not a solid blob of moisture, but just lots of mid-level moisture coming in. So that's going to be the impetus for the thunderstorms. You can see that drier wedge of air pushing in across parts of south central Nevada where we have that wind concern. Let me start on the right-hand side first. Quite a bit of lightning across eastern and central areas. There were some wetter storms. You can see some of the green here. Radar estimates over a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. But there were some drier storms mixed in between some of those areas. Overall precipitation over the past 7 days, a lot of it concentrated in the eastern and central areas, drier across western areas. With that lightning, initial attack quite high across the area. Numerous fires all across, especially central and northern areas. Our ERC point map shows fuels basically moderately dry in a lot of areas. The driest areas are in our western and northwestern areas, and starting to dry out pretty good across parts of southern Utah and Nevada as well. So the upper level map, we do have high pressure kind of just off the four corners, off to our east, but that clockwise flow is allowing that monsoonal moisture to push through into many parts of the area, areas in the black and the green. You'll see that high pressure kind of sit there, but there's a wedge of drier air following up on the monsoonal moisture, and that drier air starts pushing further and further into the area. We have lots of high risk for drier lightning, northwest Nevada, western Idaho. Also, wind high risk along the immediate Sierra Front and parts of southern Nevada on the backside of that flow. And then the wind high risk continues in northwest Nevada on Tuesday. You see that drier wedge of air starting to approach, but also some strong Washoe Zephyr winds. We're seeing drier air starting to push into Idaho. And then by Wednesday, we could see some stronger breezes up in Idaho. There might be some isolated thunderstorms, but the wind could be a bigger factor. So we decided to go with wind high risk up there instead of the lightning. Deeper dive into the winds and humidity. You can see those winds across the Sierra Front today. You also see lots of outflow boundary winds from the thunderstorms. Those are going to be a mainstay. And then we'll see Tuesday some of those winds still along the Sierra Front, a little bit in the Snake River Plain, and then some stronger winds Sierra Front through northwest Nevada, maybe tickling southwest Idaho, but more so over the central mountains of Idaho. You can see the humidity on the backside, not terribly dry, but we have so much lightning. That humidity is dry enough to keep holdovers and heavier fuels sticking around. So that's going to be a problem, and we do see a bit of drying as we go into the middle of the week. Daytime temperatures today and tomorrow pretty much near normal, maybe 1 or 2 degrees above normal. Precipitation scattered about. You can see the most widespread showers and thunderstorms today starting to wane a little bit as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. And then later in the week, we see a strong low pressure area dropping down with a strong cold front Friday through Saturday. It's going to bring increasing winds to northern and western areas. Drier air initially, but there'll be a cold front approaching late in the period, so maybe late Saturday or Sunday. May have to be worried about some thunderstorms, also some additional showers and storms across southeastern areas. We do have high risk for that those windy, dry conditions continuing for several days in western Nevada and parts of the central Idaho mountains. You can see those winds continuing Thursday, expanding in coverage Friday, and pretty strong on Saturday up in Idaho. We'll see how that plays out, but we do see a concern at least through Thursday and Friday for high risk. You see the humidity drying out a little bit. You don't see the single digits yet until we get into Saturday, but drying out enough where the winds and the recent lightning could be a factor. Precipitation very isolated Thursday, Friday, could start picking up a bit in some areas on Saturday. So summing things up, lots of high risk, lots of things going on, both the short term and the long term, both lightning in the short term and then wind afterwards. And we'll see if we have to extend that high risk into Saturday and Sunday. The extended outlook, above normal temperatures for most areas of the Great Basin, except maybe closer to normal in the far west, and near normal precipitation. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.